to chat. Sorry for the delay, I was just getting stuff set up. And as you could read by the title, I'll be taking a look at the bacon hair theories. Basically theories that you guys had left for me to take a look at. And there is quite a lot of theories to read. So it's not too late to leave a theory yourself. You can leave a theory in the live chat comments yourself. And you don't have to go into full detail on what your theory is. You could just say something like short, something like, oh, I theorize that the president is going to do this or that. I'm also going to avoid the theories that just repeat itself. Oh, and please avoid fucking saying something like, oh, The Last Guest takes place in the same universe as the Bacon Hair, or the Bacon Hair takes place in the same universe as TLC, or it's a prequel to The Last Guest as such. Like, please no. I'm gonna pretty much skip those kind of theories or ignore them. I'm gonna start by this one by Airport or something. Their theory is, I think The Last Guest could be linked to the Bacon Hair because of the same plot and storyline just as, but just with different characters. Or it could have just been how you saw the Bacons differently. I don't know really, to be honest. So pretty much their theory is the Bacon Hair could be somehow linked to The Last Guest. Mostly because both stories are the same, which is kinda true. Like they share similar similarities, like say that with to see his dad, and it's implied in the Bacon Hair 2 and 1 that he owes, or it's implied in the Bacon Hair 1 that he also witnessed his mum being killed, but for whatever reason he thought that it was the Resistance. Don't know why. The fact that the president is voiced by the same man who voiced the Colonel. It's pretty much the whole fucking saying, you know, oh, the Bacon Hair's what the guest's gone sort of situation. But, in my opinion, I do not think the Bacon Hair is connected to The Last Guest, and I do hope that's not the case. Because if this was like, let's say, the Bacon Hair is a sequel to The Last Guest, it would not make sense. Like, why? Like, what the hell happened? Like, what the fuck happened to the guest wanting to, you know, eradicate Bacon Hair? Like, my only guess is like there were like a few guests that are still a bit iffy about the Bacon Hair. Rightfully so, considering what happened a while ago. If y'all remember, during that, you know, the Bacon Hair implies them to the camps, implies them to fight to death, and so on. And I'm guessing. And of course there might be people who theorize that the president was probably a prisoner at war, like maybe he was captured by the Bacon Hairs years ago. Hello, Yvonne. Oh, Yvonne, welcome to the chat. I'm just talking about your theory, like, oh, maybe the president was like a prisoner of war. Maybe he was in the prison camp. But then again, it is said, if this is true, then how is he still alive? Because the bacon hair is taking place like in the future, like very, very years ago. Like, don't know how long, 100 years ago or something, or 50 years ago. Like, he probably would have been dead unless this is the president's, you know, grandfather or grandfather or great-grandfather or something. I don't know. But TLDR, I don't think that theory will work. And I do pray to God that the theory is not true, because that would, to be honest, ruin the bacon hair. I have nothing against Edward's theory, it's just that I do not think it could, you know, fit at all. And I do pray again that it's not true, because I prefer the bacon hair be its own thing rather than, you know, being a sequel or prequel. Also, another thing, the prequel theory does not make sense, because how the hell we went from... Actually, I'll explain it once we get to that point. Okay, this person pretty much says the least daughters take place in the Broncos, and then the other thing is man, and then they'll make it down like, you know, they really had serious. I think they make place, that's the ending. Really cool this bit of reading this part. First theory that the bacon hair will end with the president getting killed off by a guest spot at the end of either at the end or same time. Get up. Not sure if it's again. I can quite see that happening. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Doctor Who, but there's a Doctor Who episode about the Cybermen, and there's this guy who made the Cybermen, and he has to be like hooked up in this like wheelchair with like life, like machines that keeping him alive and so on and so forth. But in the second part of that episode, this dude comes along and fucking destroys his life source machines that were keeping him like alive, and of course the Cybermen that were nearby killed that guy. And then seeing that the creator was dying, they decided to fucking force him to become a Cyberman or whatever, or Cyber King or whatever he's called. Against this guy's will, like the guy was pretty much forced to be converted into a Cyberman. So I like to think that the bacon hair is gonna end with the president being severely wounded, and the curfew bots are going to see this and they have like a hidden function that the president included as like a last resort, and they pretty much trying him to be converted into like this very strong ass fucking curfew bot, which serves as, you know, Satan and Primrose's like final battle. Finally they've defeated that curfew bot and the president's no more. That's my theory. And of course this person said, or either, like, here's the thing, Matt had already admitted that the bacon hair was inspired by a bunch of things. Let me just them down below if you have any bacon hair theories. But yeah, I can kind of see that happening to the president. I can kind of see him being converted into a curfew bot against his own will, like a powerful curfew bot. Or he willingly allowed himself to be dragged off to be converted. So, this one Zeta tries to help him. He chooses not to and he falls into his own death. This one, I imagine the president probably doing. Like seeing that he's like losing battle and knowing that he could possibly be punished for his crimes. He probably chooses to just let himself die. Or worse, he'll probably try to track Zeta down with him or whatever. Anyways, yeah, I kind of see this happening, him being killed by his own curfew bot. I just thought of something even darker. Listen guys, what if Staten or Jesse or Primrose, I don't know, found a way to reprogram the curfew bots, like fucking went in the factory, filed like a big master fucking PC and was able to reprogram the curfew bots to stop attacking Bacon City. But not only that, a couple of curfew bots that are nearby start tearing the fucking president apart. But I doubt Matt will ever do that. Like, I'm totally gonna have to say this, but I really, really fucking doubt Matt will ever do that sort of ending for so many reasons. And that reason being, it'll be too boring, like too graphic for his liking, because he seems to be trying to keep his channel like squeaky clean for the kids, which I can respect. I understand that he wants to be, you know, kid friendly, but Matt, come on, you literally had like blood and shit in, you know, The Last Guest and fucking Guest 666. And not only that, Matt, not only that, The Last Guest was literally a fucking movie with nasty references, for God's sakes. But no hate to Matt. Anyways, next theory. This one is by a random man, 616, and they said the Bacon General is going to show up in part 4 and kill the president, and that's where the bloody portrait of him in The Last Guest part 2 comes from. Can someone please fact check this for me, because what does he mean that's where the bloody, like what bloody portrait? Was there even a bloody portrait of the fucking Bacon General in part 2? Unless he meant, unless this guy meant Bloxwatch. Because there was a bloody drawing of him on Bloxwatch. But I don't think there was like a bloody fucking... Same. I think this guy might be meaning Bloxwatch, but that's not a footage or photo of him. That's a drawing made by the teacher on the whiteboard. Okay, what song is playing? What song's playing? Okay, it's I don't know what song is playing, but this sounds fucking epic. If this was played during this scene, that is too fucking epic. But anyways, freaks, I can't hear you. Okay, here, let me just... There we go. Anyways, as for the Bacon Channel's gonna show up in the part 4 to kill the president, no. I'm sorry, but nah, he's not gonna show up to kill the president. Because, you know, the fucking Baker hair is not taking place in the same universe as The Last Guest. I hope. Exactly. Because that will feel overkill if he just show up with no explanation. I know there's like a leak image of what is titled as, I think, Bacon Family, and it shows like a dad, a mum, a daughter and son. And people theorize that the image is of the Bacon General when he was a kid. And people even theorize that the Bacon hair was originally supposed to be a Last Guest prequel because of that decal. Unfortunately, I don't have the decal in hand, because if I did, I would have shown you what I was talking about. But I think it's like lost or something, I don't know. But anyhow, I don't think the Bacon General is gonna show up. Unless, I don't know, fucking Matt tried to do like this reveal that, oh, Satan is the Bacon General but as a kid. Which would not make sense. Because how the hell did we went from robots to whatever the hell The Last Guest is? It would not make any sense. Plus, another reason why it would not make sense. The head shape and the body shape that Satan and fucking Bacon General has. They are not the same person. Matt has confirmed himself before that the Bacon hair is a separate Thank you, 202. 202, do you have any theories about the Bacon hair? So yeah, I highly doubt that the Bacon General will join or appear because, like 202 said, Matt has already... I did just make my comment. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have a look. Let me just refresh. Ah, here we go. I'm gonna read 202's theory. So this one is by 202 Animates. I think I might have a theory on how the film will end. The Resistance will return to Baker City, prepare for the Judgment Day event, and guard the front gates, ensuring that the bots stay out. Meanwhile, members of the Guest Republic will fly in to stop them from overthrowing their extermination plans. Some members of both sides will die in the UCB, which stands for Upgraded Curfew Bot. Might also have his own part in the fight, considering he's one of the most powerful in the Republic's essentials. During the battle, Satan and the President will attempt to kill one another, each getting close to killing each other before the President gets the upper hand. The President then ends up killing one of his close friends. This is based on the episode soundtrack, eventually culminating in the final confrontation with Satan and the remaining forces wipe out anyone standing in their way. Fueled by rage before confronting the President one last time, taking him out for good, and like a beehive, his forces either fall or retreat. In the aftermath, though many were lost, the city still stands, and now with the freedom at last served, the Bacon race will begin to expand and fight for what is right and against. I've been having this theory since the Bacon hair fall. This is a pretty interesting theory, and I can kind of see Matt doing that. I can kind of see Matt ending up doing that, especially the UCB. It's just as I'm finished the fucking reading the fucking theory the President song is playing. I think. Is it the president's song? I'm gonna have a look if it's the president's song. No, it's not the president's song. It's the song played after Satan lost his dad to fucking curfew bots. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting theory. But the thing is, I don't think we were ever introduced to the president's, like... Wait, the president... Oh, okay, I misread that. You're talking about Satan's close friends. I thought you were talking about... I misread that. Sorry, 202. My bad. The thing is, I don't think we ever got to see Satan's close friends other than Guesty, Primrose, and I was gonna say Kenzie, but Kenzie doesn't really do much in the series, unfortunately. She just appears in like 2 episodes and then she's just non-existent in part 3. Although I do hope she gets a bigger role in part 4. I do hope she returns in part 4, which I know she does, but I'm not saying how I know. But I know she does, but I'm hoping she gets like a big ass fucking role rather than just being off to the side. Like just off to the side, like, you know. Okay, I'm gonna move to Gingery Alt. And they said this one's kind of stupid and not the one that I believe, but imagine if Primrose's mother was a Baker Hare. That's partially the reason the president dislikes them. Yeah, Kenzie became a background character. Which is sad. Kind of like how Xavier just was built up to be like this, like, threat, only for him to be killed off. But anyways, this person says that imagine if Primrose's mother was a Bacon Head, that's partially the reason the president dislikes them. Is this guy essentially implying that Primrose's mother cheated on the president with a bacon hair? I do remember this one person, not naming names, mentioning that in the original backstory for the president, he were to have a girlfriend who was an acorn hair / bacon hair, but she was killed by other bacon hairs because they were racist. Yeah, you can see why Matt got rid of that fucking backstory. Exactly! Primrose would have been half guess if that's the case. But then again, I think how Matt can fucking get, you know, if this was true, which I'm not saying it is, and I hope it isn't, my theory would be the reason Primrose looks more like a guess rather than a bacon if she was half bacon or acorn is because the guest genes pretty much overlap the bacon / acorn hair genes, which is why she has lavender hair and not like a sort of weirdish brownish pink color, purple color hair or whatever. But yeah, I don't think the theory is true, but it could be possible. But at the same time, Matt probably won't, go with that because of the fact it would imply that the president was cheated on, which would be fucking funny. Like, if it's revealed that the president was so fucking petty that his fucking wife cheated on him for... Oh, okay, then... Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Oh, I read that wrong. I read it wrong. My bad. The guy clearly says, what if Primrose's mum was a bacon hair? But that would not make sense. Because... Okay, scratch that. That would not make sense because it is clear that the president hates bacon hairs. So why would he fucking... a bacon hair if he hates them? We don't know that, Evon. We don't know that yet. Unless you were talking about and the Fred's, fan video, which is just a fan video. Anyways, next theory. This one is by Matthew. Wait, did I already read that one? Oh, it's a different one. My theory is that... Okay, I'm gonna skip this one because this is pretty much the same as the last theory. The whole, the bacon hair takes place in the same universe as the last guest theory. I'm gonna just ignore that one. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm not doing fucking theories that are the same as each other. Okay, let me just have a look at something. Okay, not that one. I do know Pink has a theory that Kenzie is going to die at the end of the Bacon Air 4. Which... that could possibly be possible. But at the same time... I don't think it would work. Because I don't think Matt would kill Kenzie off. Or he might kill Kenzie off. Considering that she doesn't really have a fucking use in the series. We did see her, fight in part 2 and all that, but... she's just left to the side, which is sad. I do hope Matt gives her use, and I do hope he doesn't kill her off because I do like Kenzie. But anyways, I'm going to end this video here because I have nothing else to talk about. So yeah, thank you all for joining. I'll see you all next time.